So you're thinking about having an agency, but want to know how travel contracts are different from regular placements. It seems so complicated, unclear, and even intimidating. But is it really? In today's video, I'm going to take the mystery out of travel assignments so that you could easily understand how to staff travelers in your own agency. Our company helps healthcare entrepreneurs start, grow, and sell their companies. Welcome to Passive Workforce. Here's the basics on a nursing agency and how they work. Nursing agencies and healthcare staffing firms are a very simple business to understand. Essentially, the company, the agency, is contracting with providers. They can be doctor's offices, facilities like nursing homes or hospitals. And what they're saying is that we're going to provide you with staff at our expense for $100 an hour. And that's it. All you're doing is functioning as a middleman, bridging the gaps between a facility that has a staff shortage and staff that's looking to work. That's easy enough to understand, right? So what makes travel assignments so difficult? It's all the logic behind the travel assignments that isn't spelled out in a clear way. The logic is super simple, but I think where people tend to start struggling is taking everything into account that needs to be taken into account for travel assignments. The first thing that people need to think about with travel assignments is time. You cannot create a travel assignment without having really concrete contracts that specify how much time is actually being earmarked for this particular placement. You have contingent staff placements, which are just kind of filling in call outs whenever they're short on staff and you could place somebody. You won't be able to craft a travel assignment really out of that because there is no guarantee for how long that person's going to be working there. So how could you design some sort of package, or how could you budget for someone if you're not even sure how much they're really going to work? In order to have a travel assignment, the first thing that needs to be clearly spelled out is that this assignment is for a fixed term, because that's going to allow you to design a budget. Here's a quick guide and breakdown on how you can design a travel assignment based on your contract. Let's start with a 13-week RN contract paying $100 an hour in Indiana, where RNs earn between $30 and $50 an hour as base pay. When you design your compensation package, the first thing you will have to firm up is how much is being budgeted from the $100 an hour bill rate. I recommend at least 40% gross margin, which gives you a total budget of $60 an hour to work with, or a $2,400 a week spent. On a travel assignment, you have two pay choices, straight pay or a traveler's bundle. In the straight pay model, you'd pay $60 an hour and that's it, nothing else to think about. But in traveler's model, things aren't as straightforward. The bundle traditionally includes base wages, per diem meals and incidentals for food, beverage, and local travel stipends, a housing stipend, or housing accommodations are provided. What you have to do is break out the $9,600 monthly payment into these three areas. The IRS allows for a food, beverage, and incidental per diem of $64 to $74 a day, tax-free to the worker. Let's call that $1,792 per month. As long as the worker is more than 50 miles from their primary residence, a housing stipend consistent with their town of placement can be paid. In Indianapolis, a furnished one-bedroom apartment can run $2,000 per month. That too can be paid either as a tax-free stipend to the employee, or you as the agency can lease a place for the employee during their stay. This is where a lot of travelers squeeze more money out of the contract because they can rent for far cheaper or stay with family during their assignments. Some live within commuting distance and just drive, yet qualify due to the 50-mile rule. So that leaves us with $5,805 a month in base pay and a total compensation of $9,600. That's how you design your travel assignment package. The packages are actually a better deal for employees and your agency because of all the tax savings. I'll explain that in a future video, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss out on those future tutorials. Now that you got this information and you know what you need to get your travel agency going, I think you should watch this video right here that explains the biggest mistakes that agencies make when getting started.